It's now time to welcome our President Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan.
Thank you, Sergeant in Arms. Ladies and gentlemen, this mic is for the members on Zoom. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to declare meeting number 448 open. Today, it looks like a rainy day, though it's supposed to be a festive day. So I guess the people who are stuck in the rain will see the light and come soon. And we have a couple of guests amongst us. So may I request you to introduce yourself, please, ma'am?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anaga Ajay. I was my participating in the team at almost a month ago. And it was a very important meeting that I had thought before that I will return. But unfortunately, I got. But still, I'm here today to make a further review.
Thank you very much, sir. Welcome. Welcome, Anaga. Welcome, John. I guess we have a few Toastmasters who have joined us online as well. Of course, I will have the privilege to introduce our keynote speaker today and the workshop conductor. So apart from DTM Avinash, do we have anybody else online, Prabodhaji? Okay, so I'll just remove the pin. Toastmaster Majid. Toastmaster Majid, you've joined all the way from Iraq. So I don't know if you're able to hear us. If you can kindly introduce yourself, if you're able to hear us. I don't know, is he unmuted and speaking or? Okay, he's muted. So I guess he's just joined us. He's unable to hear us. So we'll move on. Is there any?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. Sorry, Zoom cut off in exactly the right moment. Can you hear me well?
Excellent. Yes.
Yes. My name is Majid Hassan. I am originally from Syria, but I traveled to Erbil, and it was such an eye-opening experience. And I had like the pleasure to know Toastmaster for the first time here. And now we are making steps, more steps toward like becoming more international with the other clubs. I'm very excited to be with you guys, and hopefully we can, I can learn from you guys, and let's see. Very happy to be here.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. So it's not from Iraq, obviously from Syria. So welcome from Syria.
Thank you.
Vice President, Education, is there any changes to the agenda today? We're good to go. Excellent. So can I ask any of us to adopt the agenda, please? All right. So our Toastmaster of the day is festively adopting the agenda, and Toastmaster Masood is seconding the agenda. Thank you very much. So today I'm here to tell you a wonderful story that I was actually reading a few days ago. And this is a bit of a philosophy, and it's a philosophical story. And you might ask, what is it got to do with festivity. Well, we'll discover it very soon. So the story goes as follows. A man died and he went to heaven. And the moment he went to heaven, he saw there was a long queue. Apparently, we are overpopulated. There is a lot of population in this world. And the guy chose a day when there were a lot of people who are on their way towards salvation. And when he was in the queue, he saw something very interesting. As people walked through the gateways of heaven, there was the gatekeepers who were handing out something that looked like a bunch of strings. And the moment the person touched the strings, then the string glowed. Now, for some, it glowed like a bulb. For some, the glow was as shiny as the diamonds. And for some, it shone as gold. And for some, it was like a tube light. So the man got curious. He said, what's happening? So when his turn came, he went close to the gatekeeper and he said, sir, what is this? So the gatekeeper said, my son, this is the only thing that will pass off to all the near and dear ones back down in the earth. So this guy got excited and he said, is this all the good things that I built in life for them that you're actually handing it over? He said, no, my son, you're mistaken. It's definitely not that. Those are earthly possessions and that belongs to the earth. Is this all the love and all the time that I gave in making them comfortable? Said, no, my son, that is belonging to love. That's the matters of the heart. Even more intrigued, he said, is this the values and the morals that I'm passing? The gatekeeper said, no, my son, it's not even that. That is the way of life. And that's the path that you have led. He said, what is it? He said, the gatekeeper said, my son, this is nothing but the moments that you lived with them, and these moments that gave them memories is what is going to stay over there. Everything else does not belong to you. It belongs to someone else. Even your soul belongs to me. The moments are the only thing that you have passed on, which creates a legacy. The man touched the bundle of strings, and as he went inside, let me come back to Mother Earth now and ask ourselves, me, all of you, what are we doing with the moments? Now, many a time I'm so busy that when my daughter is showing a beautiful drawing, I'm actually looking at the phone and answering something to do with work. Isn't that a common scenario with all of us? Or when there is this beautiful moment that I'm supposed to be spending with family, I'm actually thinking about what am I going to do for the next year? We are all so consumed with so many things, be it our work, be it business, be it our bank balance. We forget to live in those moments and actually enjoy those moments. Now, our founder, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, has said, in the moments of enjoyment, we learn. Now, who learns? Is it the person who is enjoying learning? It's the person's moment in which the others are enjoying and the others are learning, right? Now, this foundation has been built on that very principle that if a Toastmaster lives his moment on stage and leaves everything out and lives that moment, it produces enjoyment, and that enjoyment is contagious. And that is the reason why our moment is 98 years old, spread over 16,800 clubs, and over 234 members, 34,000 members. Am I right in 234,000 or is it 444,000? Anybody? 400,000 members is the size of our moment. So ladies and gentlemen, on this festive occasion, may I ask all of you to leave everything aside and enjoy and give to this moment so that we all have our moments towards glory. Thank you. Welcome to WMC. Moving on. Today we have the theme of festivity, and as such, we are all glowing and shining. I was just talking about gold and diamonds. Probably we are shining a bit beyond that. And our Toastmaster of the day is a multifaceted personality. He's a yoga guru. We all know that. But long before I joined Toastmasters, the yoga guru was introduced to me as a swimming coach, and he is the reason why my son swims better than me. And my daughter would soon need a swimming coach, and I would actually be going back to the yoga guru and saying, sir, can you spare some time and teach my daughter to swim so that she just does not swim on waters. Probably she also swims in the way of life. I'm sure he will impart some philosophy or the other. So not just people swim, but they also swim mentally. Buoyancy, probably buoyant. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together in welcoming Toastmaster DTM Manoj Pandey. Thank you for making us buoyant, sir.
Thank you. So, good evening to one and all. Hope I'm audible and you all are in the festive mode. That activity should first express on your face. So I think so as we know why festivals are so important in our life, because many a time, as our president said, that we are occupied or consumed in the moment rather than we enjoy the moment and we master the moment. So festival shows you one important thing. If you see any festival, that it brings life together. It allows you to dissolve all the differences and then come together. Now, anyway, one fine day, as you're sitting and trying to see who is sitting where, how much we fight, one fine day we will be lying aside our graves. If I have many differences with Mr. Abdul Rahim, after that, he will be my neighbor. Today, he doesn't want to sit with me, but I choose to sit in front of him. Where will he go? So festivals teaches you that. When you celebrate Holi, we actually, who you are, we don't know. The faces are behind the colors. And all colors are same. So am I making Holi with Masood or email? It makes no difference. It's everyone is like ulta pulta. That is where Radha Krishna comes into the picture. Krishna itself means the equally white and equally black. Radha itself means the flow turned upside down or downside up. That is Dhara and Radha. So every festival teaches you the same thing. That dissolve whatever you hold on. What feels that it is too concrete, one fine day, life will bulldoze everything. That is what festival means to us. So whenever festival comes, in our culture, I have seen right from our childhood to whatever age you are, even though you are as young as Dr. Babu and as old as me, okay, you enjoy it. You enjoy it. Got it? We are always grateful to people, to the lineage, which has made us to breathe in this moment. Right from our founder president sitting over there very quietly somewhere. You can trace him out. His location is not on. Yeah, now it is on. Okay. To all our mentors, sponsor, past president, people who are online here, and there are even hearts that throbs for our club who are offline. But still they know that meeting is going on. I spoke to few and they said that if time permit, I'll pass on. So everyone has made this moment very, very important. Without any further ado, if you really want to enjoy the festival moment today, let's make sure that the meeting ends in time, and especially our VP education reaches home in time. Okay, so the onus lies on all of us. So let me introduce the timer of the day who will time us. And if the meeting doesn't end in time, you know whom to blame on. He is a very good friend of mine. I don't bother that he is a good friend of yours or not. What I am telling is about myself. He is an excellent human being. Whenever I approach him, why I said that he is an excellent friend, he is always there, always available for me. If he's available for you, let me know. I'll feel jealous about it. But in this festive moment, let me call on Toastmaster Viju Jacob to describe the timing criteria for today.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. This teens, yeah. Okay. After a long time, I'm back to Toastmasters. I think it's been more than 1 year, and back on the same role as always. I've been a permanent timer for since a long time actually. Whenever Owen requires a person, like he keeps me as a reserve. 2 days before he asked me to come and help me out. Then I come as a timer because timer role is very, very comfortable with that. So okay. So just to give the timing criteria. So first of all, we have a workshop which is 20 minutes is the green light, 22 is the amber, and 24 is the red light. So is it online or? Is online. Okay. And we have the table topics section that is 1 minute for green, 1.5 for amber, and 2 minutes for red. And we have 30 seconds grace period. And we have a prepared speech, which is 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and 7 minutes. It's green, amber, and red. And 30 seconds you have grace period. And evaluation, it's 2 minutes, 2.5, and 3 minutes. And 30 seconds you have for grace period for evaluation also. So that's it. All the best. And he has given me 1 minute and 30 seconds to finish. That's why I'm rushing up. So last time he told me, last meeting he told, nobody should take more time, even for me also. Time also he has given me time. So I'm ending this. So all the best, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks for your timed clapping for our timer. Without further ado, let me call this gentleman, who is the biggest enemy in this festive session, if you can call. Why he is the enemy? First of all, He's also a scuba diver. So his business also is related with water, first. Second, he's a paramedic that I am not. He's a wonderful human being. Definitely that's the point of jealousy and enmity. I'm not that great human being. So without further ado, Toastmaster Masood Shah, our counter of the day, will tell you about his role.
Thank you very much, really a pleasure to see everyone in the mission places and the buoyant places. My role is our counter today. Our counter notices the pillar sounds in your English language. The repeated sounds, pillar sounds like and repeated sounds like you know what else? So you know, like you see, without further ado. Very very nice. So I will keep note of all these things and will let you know when I'm asked about. Thank you very much. And with this, back to Toastmaster of the day.
That's the reason why I was not giving him the mic. So the point you come to know that the greatest quality in this human being is that is equally handsome. Okay. Now, keep that joy on your face. Keep enjoying. There is nothing to be serious in life. Life itself is not so serious till you see Dr. Babu in an image. Okay. Now, coming to the next role player of today, the grammarian of the day. Wow. If you see this man, you always have to raise your head high without fear. Okay? So let me introduce this. So where the head is held high and the mind is without fear. Here comes Toastmaster Ovin Krasta to tell us about the grammarian role for today's festive meeting. Over to you.
Okay. Am I audible to the people? No, not. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Looking forward for a buoyant meeting, and I'm very glad with the response. Already, lots of people come out with their usage of the words, so I'm very glad on that part. And also today, what happened is laddus, some people observed lots of, their health concern and all. So what happened is laddus transformed into Toblerone chocolates. The color is same. So buoyant is today's word of the day, and it is adjective. And to pronounce, I guess in my presentation, I put it across. So there is a sound as well. It sounds as buoyant. The first one, okay. And its meaning is cheerful and optimistic, in a buoyant mood, capable of floating. Warm air is more buoyant than cool air. Involving or engaged in much successful trade or activity, a buoyant economy. Other usage is buoyantly, that's as an adverb. First known use of buoyant was way back in 16th century, precisely 1578. It's originating from word buoyant, and in French and in English, it's Spanish, it is buoyante. This is the origin basically. So that's why always I get confused with the spelling, because BU at times and sometimes BU, that's what it's always BU, starts with BU, YNT. And thank you, Dr. Babu, for correcting that. Few examples. Next slide, if you switch over to. The normal type is light-hearted and buoyant. Jim was buoyant after he received a job offer. Also synonyms: cheerful, bright, blithe, gay, eupeptic, lightsome, sunny, gladsome, upbeat, and antonyms, again, it's adjective: gloomy, sulky, sullen, and glum. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Looking forward for a great buoyant meeting.
So with this buoyant flow, I will call upon my cheerful president to introduce the next program on the agenda. So over to Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing in the festivities, even when the sun is still not down, Toastmaster DTM Manoj Pandey. And what do I say about our workshop speakers? The third in the series of the knowledge workshops for not just our members, for whoever are online. We have in our midst Avinash Singh, a distinguished Toastmaster, who is the founder of Training Influence, a capabilities building firm. He has been a coach and a development consultant for the past 12 years. He is also an NLP practitioner and a CBT life coach. At Toastmasters, he has conducted over 100 workshops. And he has been a champion speaker amongst 16,000 Toastmasters. Now, that's how big District 98 is. So he's a champion speaker amongst 16,000 Toastmasters in evaluation and table topics. And he's a district level champion at humorous speech in the year 2020. And more recently, he is table topics champion in 2022. The commitment levels of Avinash Singh is something that I must mention. He shifted his house yesterday. He does not have an internet connection. And in midst of whatever he could place, because he has committed for a workshop, he's sitting over here listening to us. And in fact, he told us that I'm not just going to finish my workshop and go away, but I am going to sit through the entire meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proudly presenting distinguished Toastmaster Avinash Singh, who will be talking to us about table topics for this season, and he'll enlighten us with his knowledge. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Avinash Singh.
Thank you. I'm just starting the timer. My wife was asking, where are you going? I said, Bahrain. This is so quickly. I was like, yes.
This is the max.
And then she said, okay, what are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry, the internet is a bit lagging. Even Dhirubhai Ambani can't help. I'm using Geo network of Dhirubhai, but that's the best I can do right now. Apologies. If you are not able to hear anything, or if there is a lag, please let me know. I'll repeat it again. So yeah, my wife asked me, okay, what are they paying in dirhams? No, I said no, in Toastmaster Smile. So that's where I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I am buoyant. In fact, whenever I see Toastmaster Sukumar, he is the one who is more buoyant. He is someone who is, I felt very comfortable speaking with him. And I was like, oh, wow, great. And when I came here, it started with, okay, heaven and then death and, everything. And I was like, okay, is it festivals? Is it, the whole life cycle was before just in a little point of time, and I was like, okay, after this I will reach nirvana. So thank you for having me here. I tried to dress for the occasion, whatever I could find from the piles of boxes lying around. So see, I'm very smart. I have a good background over here so that you don't know what's going on, around me. And that's what, table topics is all about. Table topics is, finding those things which are around us and giving a glimpse with something to the audience. Now, how many of you feel? Now, I can see some of you, I can see some of you barely, but I know there are people sitting. So, just raise your hands. Do you think table topics speaking is easy? Yes?
No
maybe?
hands. Okay, only one hand is raised and two.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so all those who think that's easy, thank you so much for attending the workshop. You are on your own. So I feel when I am on the other side, when I am speaking on a table topic, it's the longest 2 minutes I have been on stage. And that's what happens to most of us, trying to find that exact thing which could make sense for our audience. And thank you, Toastmaster Sukumar, if you can be the mediator so that it will be much easier for me to
Sure.
speak. Thank you so much. Okay. The funny thing that's happening is I can see myself in my window, and then I can see myself in the other window of WMC Toastmasters, and it's lagging, as in, it's a second, or so it's looking like deja vu. Okay. So it's very nice. I am enjoying this particular experience, and this is one of a kind for me, so thank you so much. Now, for those who feel that it's not easy, for them we have a good way to go about tackling it. Today is more towards tackling it in the way you can win contests. Okay, and also when you are standing in front of a crowd, speaking for 2 minutes, standing in front of your reporting manager or your boss or anyone, or maybe your wife. Okay, so table topics has helped my personal
most
life
difficult.
very much. Okay, yeah, so it has helped quite efficiently. So why do you think I won the table topics contest? Okay, because first I tried it with my wife. If I can convince her, I can convince the world, right? So that's something which helped me. But it's not that easy when we think of it as okay, someone is giving a topic and we have to think on our feet and deliver. There is something called as practice and pre-preparation, and that's what we are here to learn, or how to actually work around this particular table topics and be ready always. Now, when I first came on stage for a table topics, believe me, I was already a trainer for more than 10 years. I was a L&D professional for the more than 6-7 years. In 2016 I had joined, and I stood there and I was given a topic, and I stood there and I started thinking, and nothing concrete was coming. And then people started cheering, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, this is Toastmaster, supportive. And once I stood there and I just did I got a standing ovation. So that's how supportive Toastmasters is, right? So it helps you to build yourself, grow yourself. But when you think about table topics, it's very important that you know how to structure it. How many of you think a table topics is a mini speech?
Quite a few hands.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Great, great. So it's a mini speech. It needs to have an opening, it needs to have a body, it needs to have a conclusion. If you understand this particular fundamental, you will be able to tackle it quite nicely. The opening, you speak for around 30 seconds for the opening, then you take 1.5 minute towards the body, and then the conclusion will be the next 15-20 seconds, because you have to finish it before 2 minutes 30 seconds, right? So this is something which I have learned, and I always work around this particular aspect. One more aspect which I love, and I would introduce it in the form of an acronym. Now I love lock and load, kind of the western movies of Clint Eastwood, and they used to have that. So the lock and load. So today I will teach you about how to load it, how to load your table topics, and that not the loaded dices, okay, but loading properly so that you can deliver efficient table topics. Right. So let's start with the L of load. L. Listen. Listen is the first thing which you do. Now how many seconds do you get before you can start speaking after you have heard the topic? Anyone?
This is 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, right? You have 10 seconds. Okay. So in 10 seconds, ideally, okay, so in a contest, usually after 10 seconds, the timer, like we have TM Toastmaster Biju here, he will start the timer. And you can keep on thinking, but the timer will start. So the 10 seconds which you have, the listening part is to understand what is the inherent meaning of that particular statement. Okay, now I'll give you two simple table topics. I need you to tell me what is the underlying meaning of it. Okay, where is it connected to? Maybe in one word, a sentence, whatever. Okay, life is like an ice cream. Eat it before it melts. Life is like an ice cream. Eat it before it melts. What is the underlying meaning of it?
Hi, this is Toastmaster Masood Shah. What I understand of this sentence is it's joyful if you take it on time. Don't waste your time.
Good. Awesome, awesome, nice. Anyone else?
Yes, Abdul here, and I think the underlying meaning is live in the moment.
Live in the moment. Awesome, awesome. Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much. Let me give you one more. Very nice. It's very close to what the underlying meaning is. Life is like an ice cream. So there can be different interpretations to it, right? We will come to that in a while. However, you have got somewhere, you have got the idea what exactly the underlying meaning is. It's not about ice cream, right? Whenever I have seen, even sometimes I feel the urge, okay, I hear about this and I want to speak about ice cream. No, it's not. It's life is like an ice cream. So ice cream here is a simile. It's like, right? So it's not, or maybe life is a ice cream if you say it can be a metaphor, but actually it's about life and the time we have. So in little time, how we can enjoy. That's the underlying meaning. Let me ask you another one. Ships are safest at the harbor, but they are not made for that. Okay, ships are safest at the harbor, but that's not why they are made. Something like that, right?
Dr. Babu.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Babu
Good
here.
evening.
It actually basically means that life is meant for challenges. You're not expected to remain stationary at one place and be afraid of life. You have to venture into the high seas of challenges and make the best out of it.
Awesome. Anyone else?
Anybody else?
Sir, I think it is one way is a smooth sea never made a skillful mariner.
Okay, that's a different one. Okay, however,
He's
I'll
asking
take
a
that.
tabletop
Uh,
question now, Avinash ji.
okay, so so see, this particular thing, you can take it as challenges in life, or you can talk about comfort zones. Okay, so when you are at your comfort zone, you're not supposed to be in your comfort zone, because then you will not grow. Ships can go towards the sea, and that's what they are made for. So you are also supposed to find the purpose of your life, go towards your goal, not be in your comfort zones, right? So this particular thing is about comfort zone. So what, now when you read quotes, try to find out what exactly the underlying meaning is. When you understand the underlying meaning, then it will be much easier for you to tackle it, right? So listening will help you, and those 10 seconds you'll have to derive, okay, is it talking about fear? Is it talking about challenges in life? Is it talking about love? Is it talking about compassion? Okay, so what are the emotions in your life? What are the different aspects in life? Okay, most of the contest topics are related to life, right? So there you can definitely go ahead and think about, okay, where is it closest to? Okay, and then tackle it accordingly. So that is the listening part. The O of load, LOAD, the O of load is your opinion. Okay, whenever we speak, not necessarily they are facts. We need to share our opinion. Now life is like an ice cream. Okay, now my opinion, okay, no, life is not like an ice cream. I disagree. It's not like an ice cream. I think life is like a bed of roses, or maybe life is like a journey, whatever. I don't agree with it. So in a table topic, you always have the liberty to share your opinion in a way that you can agree or disagree with the topic, because it's your opinion, right? If you can give concrete material after that, okay, just disagreeing won't help. Okay, so you will have to try and find out, okay, what's the underlying meaning? Okay, this is the underlying meaning. Do I agree with this particular thing, or do I disagree? And I share that, right, in the form of, okay, in my opinion, I believe this is not true, or I believe this is true. After that, once you have the listening done, once you have the opinion stated, the next part is the anecdote, and that's the body of your tabletop, the anecdote, the personal story. Now, should you use a personal story, or can you use some famous examples or something like that? What do you think?
I have to go.
Personal story is better.
Any reason for that?
It could be anything, a personal story or a great example if things come on.
Okay, wait.
Whatever feels the most appropriate in the situation.
In that situation, in that split second. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Now I have tried both. Okay, the personal stories work better. The reason is that it brings credibility to your speech, okay, your mini speech, because maybe people have heard about Sachin Tendulkar, maybe they have heard about Bill Gates, but maybe they have not heard about Toastmaster Sukumar's story, or Toastmaster Biju's story, or Toastmaster Prabodha's story, right? So if you can have your personal stories, and personal stories does not mean you are the protagonist of the story. It can be your mother, your father, your uncle, your aunt, your friend, anyone. Okay, but personal stories give credibility to your story, authenticity to your story, and then maybe, okay, if you have time for one sentence, you can also add, okay, and you can also look at great figures like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who did this, right? Just one sentence, because you don't have time. But the main story, if you can have a personal story, it will have a better impact, right? So that is something, you know, in anecdote, you are supposed to work on that personal story, right? Now I had got this you know, time related to time. Okay, so I don't fairly remember the topic, but it was something related to how much time we have on earth.
Oh, DTM Avinash, are you with us? uh, no, then wait. I think it's definitely from his side. Is there anybody else who's online who can hear us? Yeah, so Toastmaster Majid
Yes, I
can
can
hear
hear you.
us.
Yeah, yes.
Excellent,
All's good.
sir. I think maybe we'll get him back. Yeah, he's joining us. Yeah.
Hi, sorry, I got disconnected. Am I audible, visible?
Yes, clearly.
Uh, what was the last thing you heard?
D. We were talking. We were talking about D.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Yeah.
You were just about to mention D.
Okay.
You finished
No, so I was
anecdote.
talking about the yeah. So I was talking about anecdote itself. I was talking about my experience with particular you know, experience where I shared about the time that we have. Okay, and we were going through the pandemic phase. Okay, just finished the pandemic phase, and that was, you know, how much time do we have left? Okay, and that realization. Okay, so in June 2020 I was feeling breathless. Okay, and I felt that, okay, the life went in front of my eyes. Okay, this was what I shared. Life went, okay, this is it. I told my wife, okay, this is it, I am going, tata, bye bye. Okay, because I was not able to breathe. Okay, and I remembered everything and all the regrets, all the great things, all the bad things, everything in that moment, and I was not able to breathe. And after some time, suddenly a big burp, and suddenly I was feeling nice. It was gas, it was not COVID. So at that point of time, but still that experience gave me a perspective about time and how much time you have, right? So now what I try to do over here is, I'm not telling about in a third person, I'm actually narrating a small anecdote. So whenever you are sharing something, share it in a form of a small incident and narrate it. It will add to your credibility and it will help. And if you can add humor, if only you can, because table topics needs to be a lot of fun. Okay, so if you can add a few you know, pinch of humor or here and there, it will help you. And finally, the D part, D is derive. Okay, so once you listen, once you have the starting, you know, you share your opinion, you agree or disagree with the topic, then you come to the anecdote. Okay, so I am supporting my opinion with this particular story, small incident, right? After that, finally, okay, finally the conclusion is the derivation. Okay, so what do I think? So according to me, we have very short time, or okay, according to me, that we are supposed to go in the high seas and take the challenges in life, or according to me, life is short and we should enjoy every moment, whatever it is, something which you can summarize in a short way. And if you can give a good final beautiful quote or a line, great, end on that. Conclusion should be very crisp. It should be, you know, sometimes we delve a lot on the conclusion. Okay, one or two sentences or three sentences maximum. Three is too much, right? You need to conclude it quickly. Try to start or try to end it somewhere near what the quote was related to, or the quote was. Okay? And then, okay, it will definitely work for you. My final when I reached the finals of table topics this year in the month of May, the final topic was, what is the best thing that you can gift someone? Okay, what is the best thing you can gift someone? Okay, and at that point of time, that there is this one idea which comes quickly to you. Okay, always trust that idea, don't let it go. Okay, so I said that, okay, being there, just silently being there. I remember my mother, whenever I failed in my school exams or some competition, she used to quietly bring some kheer, something sweet, just to soothe me. She didn't talk much, but she was there. In my college days, when I lost a competition, my friend, he was just there. He was not giving me opinions or advices. And finally, when my wife is sad, I dare not give any advice. I just be there. Okay, I am just there to help. So being there is the greatest gift that you can give someone, and it will change people's lives. So this is something which I told people, and that's what gave me. So it was something which was truly what I had experienced, and that was my first thing which came into my mind. Okay, in table topics, whenever you are delivering, there is always this this sound, this voice inside you. It will give you one small incident or a story. Trust that, share that. Okay, that is something which will help you to go further in making an impact or sharing your story or learnings with the audience. See, as Toastmasters, we are supposed to learn, we are supposed to share what we have learned and move forward, and that's what we are supposed to do, right? So express yourself wherever you find that, and how to prepare yourself. Find out those stories in your life, small incident stories, something related to love, something related to courage, when were you very courageous, something where you didn't have time, and something which gave you the lesson in persistence, consistency. Have those small stories, write those small stories. I know one of the champions in District 98 of 2018, he had almost 250 stories of his life related to emotion possible. Okay, now I am not telling you to do that, but have all those stories in your life, so that when time comes, you can definitely go ahead and share it quickly, and it will make an impact. Because the body, the main thing, the supporting material, is something which is required to make that impact, right? So this is what I wanted to share. I hope you listen, you share your opinion, you note, and you derive at the end, so that you can have an impactful table topics. I believe that's my time. Thank you very much. I hope it helped you a little bit. As Toastmaster Sukumar said, we will have a small competition now after the break, and there will be 3 judges, secret judges. Shh, nobody knows, right? So we will have that contest very soon, and I will share my opinion, okay, my feedback on their attempt, okay, after the contest, and the results are different. The results will be at the end, but this is something, and I believe after the break, we will have some time. If you have any questions, you can ask me then, maybe 2 or 3 or 5 minutes. I don't know how much time that Toastmaster Sukumar will convey. Thank you so much, and I give it back to the Toastmaster of the day, and we can ease into the break now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DTM Avinash. Actually, I'm going to take the mic from the Toastmaster of the day, because he had already given it to me. Thank you so much for such a wonderful session. Life is like an ice cream, eat it before it melts. I think we started the day talking about moments, and you beautifully connected it so that we can all be festive. Having said that, we'll break and we'll have a competition just after the break with 3 secret judges, and just like any other contest. So Toastmaster of the day. Can we have a photograph now with DTM Avinash? So maybe you won't be able to see us, DTM Avinash, in action, but we're all going to gather around you, all right? And then we're going to take a photograph. All right. Yeah, so yeah, he can see it here. All right, so may I request all the Toastmasters to gather around here and maybe we can get a photograph. And okay. Sir, can I take your help? Anji. तो इस तरफ से इस तरफ stage पे. Okay. Okay, how I think Ajay, how I don't know how we can manage it with him. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Sir, can we all gather, please? So that on this side, if we can all be on this side, so that this screen, okay, we can still see Avinash ji on the screen. Yeah, and sir, he can come from that side. Yeah. Yeah, maybe on that side. Yeah, maybe a few ladies can. I don't know how he will be able to capture. Okay, Sajji, come on, go. Dr. Babu, Manoj sir, come in, guys, come in. Prabodha ji, aa jaiye. Yeah, so that the projector path is clear. Yeah, the path is clear, sir. Can you capture us on? We're not sure. Okay, so yeah, can all of us come? If maybe you can come from that side then, sir, or come in between here, no? Yeah, so we can see you bright and clear, Avinash ji. And I think you can see some of the action happening here. Sir, can you get all of us? All right. Nahi aa rahe?
Take two in two parts, right? Maybe two parts. The middle.
कैसे भी आ जाओ सर. हाँ. Excellent. सब आ गए? Who is the great idea giver over? Prabodha? Prabodha ji. हाँ. Yeah. Maybe. All right. Yes, sir. On the count of 3, 2, 1. Acha, they're still adjusting. All right. 3, 2, 1. Say cheese. I don't know if he's capturing. Thank you so much. So we will come back. We'll come back in 15 minutes. So we'll exceed the time by 5 minutes. All right, so 5:15. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Mansalai. Mansalai, sir, don't worry. So he is leaving us. So he is got another commitment. But have some coffee and go, no? Avinash ji, sorry, I'm not able to offer you coffee. Okay.
No worries.
correct.
I'll have it on your behalf here.
Chaliye, sir. Chaliye, coffee, chai. What is this? Yeah, I'm gonna mute so that the Avinash ji, I hope you had some coffee and
Yes, yes, I did.
Majid as well.
Yeah, everything's good. It's amazing.
All right.
Yeah. Can't wait to
Excellent.
start again. Yeah.
Obviously, since the room is a bit noisy, you would, we are probably, since you're connected to the projector speaker, we are hard of hearing at the moment. But once things settle down, we should be okay.
Okay, no problem.
All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen. हाँ, क्योंकि अभी तक मैंने आपको हैंड ओवर नहीं किया है, ये तो कॉन्टेस्ट अभी है. हाँ, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, on the count of 3, 2, 1, can we begin? I have all the XCOM members up there. I don't know what is happening. Is there anything to organize? Is there something that... All right. So we have Avinash ji. Avinash ji, would you want to say something before I actually, say a couple of things? Do you want to say anything about the contest, or do you want me to just quickly say that?
Yeah, you can share it. If people have questions, they can ask if you have time for that.
All right. So this is the mock contest time, and as our table topics workshop conductor said, we have 6 contestants, all right, who will be judged by 3 secret judges. And just like the true contest, and for the guests, what happens is we have a question that is only heard by the table topics contestant number 1, and all the others are escorted outside by the sergeant at arms. So they don't hear the question. And when they come in, the question is repeated again. And just like the topic, the question, basically a question topic, whichever way you may frame it. If you have a question, we don't know the answer then. Oh, me? He has the question. All right. So may I request the people who had actually volunteered to kindly stand up for the table topics, the mighty contestants. So we have 6 contestants. It was put on the group. All right. So we go truly anti-clockwise. Contestant number 1, contestant number 2, sir, contestant number 3, contestant number 4, contestant number 5. Where's contestant number 6? No. There you go. Okay. So we'll have to get the order right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So can I request the contestant number 1 to come on stage, Toastmaster Owen, and Sergeant at Arms, can you please escort contestant number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way outside? Because, or is there a door? I don't know if we can close this. So they shouldn't be hearing anything. So, and I'll come there and get the contestant number 2. Okay, contestant number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So we have contestant. Yeah, this is your stage. This is your stage. Yeah.
This one goes. Sorry? These lights. Okay.
So,
hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
We are all clear, Avinash ji. You have contestant number 1, Owen Krasta.
Am I audible? No, for them.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you.
Everything you can hear.
Okay. So who will give me the question? Yeah.
Okay, Toastmaster Owen. I have 3 topics with me. 1, 2, 3. Choose a number and I will share the topic with you.
Number 2.
Number 2 it is. You already know the timing guidelines. 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes. 2.5
Yes,
minutes, and after which, yeah, okay. Let's start the contest. Contestant number 1. Work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. Contestant number 1. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and Table Topic Master. Work, exactly what you do every day. You work in office, you work at office, you work at home, you work with the people. Today, I'm in front of all of you here. Despite of a busy schedule, we want to learn something, and we want to show what exactly we are. Our work shows, in fact, it reflects what kind of person I am. Let's say you go to office, you are given an assignment. How well you do that assignment, that signifies definitely the way you are working. And obviously there you will get your promotions and you go on top of, that's what we all work. But here to connect with your love of affection, how you're showing it, that's probably will show it with being good with the people around us, how you do your work, and doing that work as well, you're not being very harsh to your people, subordinate staff. At the same time, you have to do your work meticulously and properly, and properly that work you have to do. So overall, what I would like to say, work definitely reflects this person, what you are, and how you do your things. And that's what all about. Back to you.
Thank you. We'll have a minute silence.
Yeah, we're
for
waiting
the
on
judges to-
the sergeant at arms to come bring the contestant number 2, and judges, you may deliberate. Secret judges can mark their ballot. These judges have only 15 seconds. We have contestant number 2, Toastmaster Yashodan Abhyankar. Toastmaster Yashodan Abhyankar, where you are contestant number 2, and your table topics master is right on your screen.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Toastmaster Yashodan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Contestant number 2. Work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. Contestant number 2. Over to you.
Dear table topic master, fellow Toastmasters and guests, love and work, these are two totally different things. When you are at work, your boss never loves you. And when you are at home, is the other way around, you know all this. So you cannot love your work, come on. These are two totally mutually exclusive things. When you are at office, your boss tells you something to do, you do it and finish the work and come home. But then
If you start loving your work, then you will start spending more time in the office. And that will upset your wife at home. And then she will stop loving you. So always keep these two things in a separate basket. Work at work and love at love. Don't mix these don't mix these two things together. Be happy and enjoy your life. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yashodhan. That was very enlightening. But did you make your wife a bit more gruesome than she actually is? Mr. Sergeant at Arms, can we get contestant number 3 in, please? And judges, you have another 10 seconds to mark your ballot. We're having the royal walk from contestant number 3. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. Toastmaster Abdul Rahim, I'm preparing you for the contest. Yeah. Can you just say something?
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Dr. Dinesh. Can you hear me? Avinash.
This is Avinash.
DTM Avinash, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe the
All
Dinesh
yours.
might also hear you if he is there. Okay. Let's go ahead and start the contest. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Contestant number 3. Work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. Contestant number 3. Over to you.
In life, nouns don't make progress. Only verbs do. Contest chair, my dear fellow Toastmasters, most honored guests. Work is love made visible. Whatever you do, work, whatever it is, maybe working in an office or a factory or any other establishment, it's your work, it's your livelihood. That is made visible with love. So, which means, what I understand is you have to be passionately involved in what you're doing. You're doing for the sake of, not for the sake of doing, but you've the great love and depth that you're doing. For example, I'm working in a Awal Dairy company. Okay, because I love marketing and I am an MBA in marketing. So I wanted to do marketing and I love food stuff, as you can see my body. So I don't need to say that I work in a milk company or a cheese company or butter company. And I love that. That's why I work there. So when you do work passionately, it is visible. If you do work for the sake of working or just to get salary or just for a time pass, it will not be visible and you will not find enjoyment in that. For example, last year, few years ago, when I was working in Saudi, it was not a foodstuff company. It was a different company. There, the work was like mechanical, mundane. So I was not enjoying it as much as I'm doing right now. So passionately, when you do it, it really makes a difference and it becomes visible to everybody. Now, the question is, why it should be visible? Why it should be visible? Because when it is visible, you give inspiration to people. When you work with passionately and when you work with all your heart, you are an inspiration. You become legendary and people get inspired from you. For example, if I lose weight and I become trim and slim, people who, friends of me, they ask, what happened? They get inspired from me. So ladies and gentlemen, I totally agree with this. Over to you, contest chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. Sergeant at Arms, can we have contestant number 4 in, please? Contestant number 4 is making his royal walk, Toastmaster Wakar. And I will be preparing the contestant and judges. You have another 15 seconds. Toastmaster Vakar. Yeah, so there you go, sir.
Thank you.
You just have to ask him if he can hear you.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Toastmaster
Thank you.
Vakar. Are you ready?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you? Are you
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Contestant number 4.
Yes.
Work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. Contestant number 4. Over to you.
Work is love made visible. This is something work. We need to love our work. Let's say I am a diver, so I should do the diving that people see it that I am doing something. I should be totally submerged in that my profession. So I'm totally dumb. So work should you should love your work, your profession, we belong to different professions, and we need to work so hard that people can see that the person doing the job is totally involved in that job. Sorry. So yeah, can you repeat sir that again? No.
This is generally the contest is not repeated, but you're just joining. So it basically says work is love made visible.
Work is love made visible. So let's see. I was once given a task. I was a diver, and there was somebody who has drowned there in the sea. So our supervisor took there to rescue that dead body. So the sea was rough, and we went there. And the people who were who came there for visit, they were seeing us that we are doing our job, and they saw us that we love our job. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vakar. And I must mention to everyone online, DTM Avinash as well, that he is just a member. He's a new member who has joined us, and he in fact just stood up. And this is his first table topic as a member, actually. So for the courage, sir. So I think we are safe. I think we are safe with you with this courage. I'm sure, as a diver, when we do scuba diving, we're safe with you. And, and we have his competitor here now. Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Masood Shah, the paramedic diver.
Not a screwdriver, excuse me.
You just have to confirm the time if you can hear.
DTM Avinash, can you hear me?
Hear you? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Contestant number 5. Work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. Contestant number 5. Over to you.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters. I had always been thinking of having a profession that I love. I joined Navy, and over there I went into medics, life was going on, everything was fine. But after a few years, I've got a call that you have been selected to work for divers. And for that, you have to complete a diving course. The news was like a dream come true for me, because that work was something that I wanted to do because I loved that work. And that was going to change my life entirely. So what happened? I went into a course, obviously many hardships around and all that. And finally, I succeeded and I joined this course. And because of that work, I got opportunity to move around in the world. I was sent to Saudi Arabia to work for divers. Now I am in Bahrain, work for divers. I had been working in my own country at different places for divers. That was something that I really tried. I feel that the best thing is to get involved in such a profession, in such a work that gives you pleasure, that gives you happiness, and obviously it gives you, it is an arrangement of your bread as well. So I would like to say and pass this message to everyone that try not to get involved in such a work that you do not enjoy. Even if you have been caught into such a thing, try to pull yourself out and get engaged in such a work that gives you happiness, because happiness is the ultimate goal of life. Thank you very much. Did I catch the topic?
Thank you, Toastmaster Masood. And can we have our last contestant for the day? Toastmaster Emmanuel. Toastmaster Emmanuel is making his regal walk, and the secret judges, can you please mark your ballot? You have another 10 seconds. Toastmaster Emmanuel, I have the job of getting you up in speed and ready and handing you over to the contest master. So I'm going to pin you here. And you have a pocket?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, all right. So you can just check with DTM Avinash if he can hear you properly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. Avinash, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Contestant number 6. Work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. Contestant number 6. Over to you.
Is it work? Okay. I can start anytime, right? All right. So a few days ago, I came here doing my icebreaker speech, and one of the things that I actually spoke about was being passionate about the things that you actually take up in life, and whether it is work, play, or love. So I think what we have today is work is love being visible, right? Good evening, respected Toastmasters, DTM, Avinash, and my fellow contestants and guests of today. I believe that the work that you take up in your life is something that you have to be passionate about. Absolutely, something that will stun you in your life is only when you give the best of everything that you have, that you've imbibed, and that you can inculcate in others. If you cannot make a difference to yourself, if you do not love what you do, you will not be able to spread the love to other people. I've always believed that do not take up something because somebody has forcefully asked you to do something. In fact, I was someone who would never, ever do something that somebody had asked me to do forcefully. I still remember there was one time when I had to study. I was a very good student academically, and there was some time in my school life I kind of dropped out a little bit, and my parents got very worried about why I was not doing very well. And there was this one instance, one evening, my mother actually came to me and said, if you don't study, I'm going to hit you. And she actually started to hit me. And I said, if you hit me ever, I will never touch my books. That is the incident by far I could always remember, that nobody could ever force me to do something that I cannot do or I do not wish to do. So therefore, whatever work you take up has to be your passion, has to be something you love, and that is the only time you will probably gain visibility in what you do and success thereof. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Emmanuel. And that concludes our contest. And this time around, and for the guests, you should know that once a contest is over, within 2 minutes, the result is delivered. It's deliberated and delivered. Sometimes if it's a longer format, then it's done at the end of the day. So we're going to take the second option. We're going to divulge the results. The tally counters generally take it from the different judges and divulge it towards the end of the contest. So we still have some more action in the meeting. So we will be doing it later. However, DTM Avinash, may I request you to share your review, feedback, and call for action based on what you have seen, 6 contestants, so that we all can learn. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sukumar. I hope I'm audible and visible clearly.
Maybe if you can be a bit louder, because...
Yes. Can you hear me now properly?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm starting the timer. I'll quickly go through the 6 contestants and what I felt. Work is love made visible. Now, if you are passionate, so this particular thing is about passion and work. Okay, if you are passionate about it, it will show in your work, or if vice versa. You can agree or disagree with the particular quote, right? And this was by the great Khalil Gibran, right? So this particular quote. Now let's start with Toastmaster Owen. Okay, you shared about, okay, why why your work should be, or in fact how it should reflect. It reflects about, okay, whatever work you do. Now what is needed in a table topics contest is sharing more and telling less, right? So if you derive an example, okay, some personal story, some incident through which you can share that, okay, through this I know that it reflected, okay, of what kind of person I was because I did this particular work, and hence you should do this, then it would have made sense. So share more, share stories, rather than tell people that, okay, you should do this or you should do that, or this is the meaning of what it is, right? So sharing stories will help more. I love the way you explained it. It needed a story, okay, a personal incident. Let's go to Toastmaster Yashodhan. You had a totally different take on it. I love that particular see, it's always an opinion, and I love that you took a stand. Okay, love and work are different. Okay, don't mix it, go with it. Okay, this is my opinion. Now you gave some bits. Again, the story, share stories, share incidences. Don't tell people. See, when you tell people, then it's like, okay, I'm telling you this, do this, rather than, okay, I have experienced this, you can try if you want. That will send a better, it will be a better example for people to follow, right? Let's go to Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. I love the starting quote. Okay, in life, nouns don't progress, verbs do. So it was a very beautiful start, and you complemented it with your own personal preference with respect to passion towards your current work. Okay. Uh, what could be improved is you went on and started giving too many examples. Okay, when you're talking about passion, okay, uh, the story could have been, okay, I was not happy, like you see, right? Okay, in most of the ads, okay, I was very fat, and then I had this pill, and now I'm very slim and trim. Okay, in the same way, I was not happy or passionate. I was searching for my passion, and then eventually I found my passion. So you all can search for your passion, and then love will show in your work, right? So that is the way to go about it. And you ended abruptly seeing maybe the timer card. So that is something which you will have to time it. Okay, how the example should be crisp, so that it gives people what you want to share, and it supports your opinion. Okay, but I love the quote, so good work done there. Toastmaster Wakar, I love the way you started that. Okay, I am a diver, and it takes a lot of guts to be on the stage, and I loved your courage to be on stage, and especially when you asked. Okay, asking for help or asking for a third time, it's good. Okay, you should always do that. And after that, you actually were tried to share an incident, which was good. What you need is more stage time. Once you have more stage time, the stories will start flowing. It needs a structure, it needs an opening, body, conclusion. Why you think you agree or disagree with the topic, your opinion, an example to support your opinion, and finally how can it help others. Okay, that's the opening, body, conclusion, which you can work on. Toastmaster Masood Shah, I love the way you started directly with the story, and you spoke about, again, you spoke about the love and the passion, and how you had to work towards your goals, right? And also you ended it quite nicely. How happiness should be the ultimate goal. I believe sharing the opinion, and though you had a chronological order, outline, chronology from going from where you started till the end, stating the opinion or sharing that, okay, why you think so, needs to have, you can start with your own story, but somewhere in between you need to also share, okay, why do you think what you think. Okay, so a little bit, just to make it more apparent. So it was a very good attempt. The example can be a little bit crisper, so that you have more time to derive and share. And I love the way you shared about the story, so thank you so much for that. Let's go to Toastmaster Manuel. I love your diction, the clarity of voice, the way in which you had the command, the stage, everything was great. You started about a few days ago, you were talking about your icebreaker, and you seem pretty confident. Okay, one thing which you can work upon is go into the story quickly and try to make it somewhere relevant to what the topic was. Somewhere I felt that you went away from the topic, and you shared about your own thing with respect to, I believe this particular thing, rather than speaking on the topic that, okay, work is love made visible. So this happens. You have a very good command over the language. You can use it to your great advantage. It needs a proper story, it needs an incident, proper incident, which should complement your opinion. Okay, properly, and it should come very quickly. It should come after 30 seconds or so, right? So all in all, I believe it was a great contest. Most of you had used up all your time, and you shared a lot of examples, or shared about what you thought about this particular quote. Now see, we all have different perspectives, okay, and hence our experiences are different, our perspectives are different. So you can take any perspective, but be very confident about your own perspectives, right? And share it quickly. This is my opinion, this is my perspective. Then give a solid example, maybe one or two also, a small incident here, a small incident there, and then quickly derive and conclude it properly, and then give it. Okay, so you will need to practice that, 30 seconds here, 1 minute 15 seconds the body, and then maybe 20-25 seconds in the conclusion, so that you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 minutes 10 seconds is where you finish your table topics, so that you stand a good chance to win the contest or have a good impact on the audiences, right? So I hope you got something out of it. If you have more questions, you can definitely reach directly to me through Toastmaster Sukumar. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sukumar. Over to you. I believe it made sense, and I hope it helped.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Avinashji. In spite of all the flames and furor that is happening behind the scenes, you took time and you actually came in and you shared your precious wisdom with us. And I'm sure we'll take this and we will become champion speakers moving forward. It was very insightful. And like you said, in the interest of time, if any of us have questions, I will channelize them, get it over to you, and you can always come back whenever you're free. Thank you so much once again. And as a token of appreciation for all the time that you spent, with us, this is a small certificate of appreciation for you on behalf of all of us. Like I said, it was an amazing workshop, and thank you so much once again for the pearls of wisdom. And there's a big round of applause. I don't know if you can hear that, but then there's a big round of applause here. So let me amplify that. Thank you, sir. All right. So with that wonderful session, may I hand the control back to the Toastmaster of the day, who's eagerly waiting to get us back into the festive mood. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, DTM Manoj. Thank you, sir. I'm stealing his mic moments away.
So, what a wonderful station. Can we have a round of applause for our President, Toastmaster Sukumar, for arranging such a beautiful presentations. Now, do you really want to enjoy more? You want to enjoy more, I know. So for that, you need to finish the meeting in time. Am I right? Yes. So moving on the agenda. Let me call on, but before I call this wonderful speaker, let me call on the evaluator, who is none other than, again, the same voice, Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan, to read out the objective of the only one speaker on the agenda, Toastmaster Emmanuel Williams, if I am right. Yeah, confirm with him only.
Sir. Toastmaster Emmanuel, ladies and gentlemen, is pursuing his level 1, project 2 of dynamic leadership. And the objectives of, or the purpose of his project is to learn and review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech in any topic and in any style. And his particular objective, when I discussed with him, was for him to understand how he stands in a Toastmasters contest scenario. So I would also be looking and evaluating Toastmaster Emmanuel on that particular specific aspect as well, apart from his project objective. Back to you, sir. Thank you.
So the only thing that he left about the project objective was the speech title. So the speech title is The Buoyant Mind. The Buoyant Mind, Toastmaster Emmanuel Williams. Can we have a round of applause for Ron? Timer, please note down the time. It's 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah, yeah. Oh.
No, fine. You just clip it on so that right. So, yeah.
Stage is all yours.
Lord Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. And what you imagine, you create. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, DTMs, and guests. Today, my topic under dynamic leadership is the buoyant mind. And I'm going to be talking to you about 5 major alphabets that you can put together, which we call otherwise as an acronym, and which I've actually given, some chits to you, and I've actually mixed them up. What I want you to do is, as I talk about each acronym, you've got Post-it sheets with you, and I want you to peel off each Post-it and start pasting it on your table together. So this is like an activity where I can keep you engaged along with as I speak in each of these alphabets and the entire acronym of what I'm talking about. So the numbers are mentioned on the top, and you will see that I'm talking about each. And as I speak about each part of each alphabet, I'd like you to peel off, and as I speak, you peel it off. You don't peel it off till then, right? So you've got, that's why you've got numbers on top of that. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 written on the top, all right? And then we'll have a small activity, just post that. So I'm going to start with the buoyant mind. Of course, we've been told the meaning of the word is being cheerful, staying afloat. And I literally take that as staying afloat during your times of tribulations and times of testing, and that you have to maintain something to keep you positive, happy, and cheerful. And therefore, that's what we will be talking about this evening, right? So the first alphabet that I will be talking to you about is the alphabet M, which stands for mindset. As literally as it stands, it's all about how your mind is wired to think and to process. The mind is everything. We can talk all evening about how you can empower your mind to maximize your potential in life, and how we limit our potentials only because of the limitations that we keep our mindset to. Your mindset is wired by your experience, your personality, etc. And changing your mindset can make miracles happen in your life. The second alphabet would be T on your Post-it, which is thinking. So can you take T and put it next to M? We all talk a lot about thinking and over-analyzing and all of that. Many times, a lot of things that we actually do in life do not require a lot of thinking. And we end up thinking, so much so that we do not take the next leap of faith. And that is why things don't happen. So that is the biggest challenge of the human mind, that we tend to keep thinking, and even the small moments of life have passed on, and you're thinking about the future, you're thinking about what is not in your control, right? And the great Stephen Covey said about the circle of control, if you ever get to read about it, you will get to understand that how much you think is only within your mindset. Let's move on to the next alphabet, which is A. As you peel off the next alphabet, A stands for attitude. Attitude is nothing but a combination of your thinking and your mindset and your behavior. People keep saying that person does not have a positive attitude and that person has a negative attitude. But attitude stems from the very fact of how you think and how you perceive and how you react to certain incidents or actions in life. And they determine your personality and how people look at you. Now that brings us to the end of 3 alphabets. So we've got one more left, which is the R. R stands for resilience. You can peel off that 4th post-it and place it next to the one that you did with attitude. What is resilience? Now, resilience is the ability to bounce back from a negative situation and say, this too shall pass, right? And in life, if there's anything that 2020 has taught us, is the fact that this too shall pass. And the only thing is that humans are equipped and designed to survive. And that is the best lesson that we will ever get to see. As a person who watches a lot of these sci-fi movies and the disastrous and adventurous movies that I'm very fond of, I'm only thinking about what is human survival instinct and what will happen to us if this world ever comes to an end. So that's a very important aspect of what we need to cover every single time that we think about what is resilience. What is the strength of the mind? How much is too much when you think in your life? You start comparing yourself and you say, my problems are bigger and my problems are so pitiable that people have to feel sorry for me. I feel sorry for my own life. And that exactly is the problem, because you are designed to survive. And that's exactly what you need to understand when you think about resilience in your life, is that you can overcome, right? So when you look at all of these alphabets, it's all about talking to you about how to stay afloat, how to stay more positive, how to stay all of this. But what is the key to all of this? How can I get there? The power of self-talk is the most underrated power in any human psyche. We all have the habit of talking to ourselves, but what do you tell yourselves? Remember, what you feel and what you speak, you will attract. What you tell your mind is what you will do in your life. So therefore, the last that stands in your post-it is S for self-talk. Now try rearranging these alphabets and see if you can get an acronym out of that. Because each first alphabet has been highlighted in red. Now let me give you an opportunity to see if you can get the right word, the right acronym that's actually represented in these 5 alphabets. Yes, we have an answer? Absolutely. Remember that it's more easier to remember things when you are smart, but smart enough to shorten that and create that buoyant mind through the 5 alphabets that I've presented to you this evening. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you. What a wonderful, very speech. Thank you so much. So bad at this. I think I'm good at taking off people stuff. After the meeting, I
Now, let me call on Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan as the president of the club to conduct the business session. If he is not busy in any other thing, please come on.
This is a session when I am the least busy and the most busy. So can we all settle down, please? And I have the G who has taken up the role of the timer now. So, all right. So may I request Sergeant at Arms to quickly provide a report? Thank you very much, Sergeant at Arms. Mr. Treasurer, if I can request the report today. Thank you. Mr. Secretary, if you can kindly read the report for today.
Meeting was called to order. The theme of the meeting was reinvent yourself. There were 10 guests, in which one was numerous speech speaker, who was the numerous speech contest of the year 2021 and 22 from 91 DTM Canadian Level. President of the Toastmasters addressed the example of law of limiting marginal as consumption increases, marginal utility declines. But in Toastmasters, it's the opposite. We keep learning throughout the journey. Toastmasters are date DTM, Distributed Toastmaster Dr. Babu Ramadhan took the meeting forward. That was Toastmaster Prabhuda Sarangi, Gramarian was Toastmaster Jeffrey Abraham, and our counter was Toastmaster K.F. Jahangir, explained their roles. The Gramarian Toastmaster Jeffrey Abraham introduced the word of the day, activate, which means to change something to make it suitable for a new situation. Distributed Toastmaster Daniel McGill was then introduced. Some points he mentioned in the speech preparation where who am I in the speech, what's happening, inviting or giving jokes to your character. At 5:45 p.m. there was a photo shoot. In the education session, there were two speeches. Toastmaster Yeshwant Abhyakar was evaluated by Toastmaster Ovin Cresta. Toastmaster Kiran Koitaya was evaluated by District Toastmaster Suraya Juma. In the business session, it was proposed that the minutes of meeting number 446 will be shared in the WMC group due to overshoot of time. General Evaluator Toastmaster Santosh Ibrahim then conducted an insightful meeting, inviting reports from individual evaluators, timer, counter, and grammarian. Toastmaster Santosh mentioned he likes the concept of pre-meeting which our club conducts to be in line with the theme. Results were announced. Best speaker was Toastmaster Yeshwant Abhyakar. Best evaluator was Toastmaster Ovin Cresta. Best of tag was Toastmaster Jeffrey Abraham as grammarian. Best of PPT was Toastmaster Dr. Babu Ramadhan as Toastmaster 13. Table topics wasn't conducted. Total attendees were 30, in which members were 20, guests were 3. The meeting was adjourned at 7:36 p.m.
Thank you very much. Can I request anybody to adopt the minutes, please? Toastmaster Owen and seconded by our TMOD DTM Manoj. Thank you very much, sir. May I request our VPPR now to put his report, please.
The side of the lead. Saying that eloquence issue number 66 in enriching your journey towards excellence is now finally done. We have been designing on everything is over. Showing it to you all shortly. And with eloquence issue number 66 getting over, I shall now start persuading all of you with the articles for eloquence issue number 67, which would be deemed contest. And one more interesting thing about this is that the deadline is November 1st. I mean, for the early birds, whoever submits an article before November 1st gets 3 points. Whoever submits after gets like, I think 1 or 2 points, I'm not sure. That's pretty much it.
All right. Okay. So for some strange reason, the sitcomp is behaving very weirdly. So I'm going to quickly download it here. Okay, because you're, yeah, no, it's not the link. Oh no, you can't. Oh God. No, it's all right. So I guess our tech issues are definitely a problem. All right. Okay. So can you see it now? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Sure. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, so fellow Toastmasters, this is what 16 hours of hard work looks like. And I'm going to present to you. So what I'm going to present to you is issue number 66, named Aligning with Our Team and Enriching Your Journey Towards Excellence, where this team is going to take you on a roller coaster ride featuring nostalgia. There are going to be certain sections where we remember our old ex-coms, and also how, personal stories are told for fellow Toastmasters, how WMC or Toastmastering in general benefited them. So now, as you can see, so this page is meant to be left blank without I put no logo. And yeah, the next page. So these are the contents. We got the president's desk, a note from the WPPR, educational achievements, etc. We got the president's desk over here, and a note from your VPPR. And you, that's me. Here we got our educational achievements, Dr. Brown, level 1, DTM Rekha, and Kiran as well, of each article from Toastmaster Emmanuel Williams, who's written a lot about leadership. It's an amazing, piece he's made. I enjoyed reading it, and I hope you too. Moving on, 20 years, 20 ex-cons, our founder pillars. The OGs would definitely love this one. We got pretty much everyone, old pictures of you all. We got, every single person who was in the ex-con from the starting of this club in 2002 till today. We got the president's names and, teams and everything else. Okay, now here we are, fellow mates, how Toastmasters has helped them, and over here we should be going on to our reflections part of this, this cover. Here's Toastmaster Pragati's article, Toastmaster Abdul, and then Toastmaster Norman. These are very interesting stories. As you would start reading it, you would realize that it's the experience that every single member has taken has been different. Everyone applied it very differently in their areas in life. And that's the beauty of this, that's the beauty of Toastmasters. And yes, this issue features all of that together. It aligns it all into one big collage. And over here, we got a members corner featuring Toastmaster Yashodhan's daughter going to the US, Toastmaster Raghu, who completed his senior leadership program. And we got our champion speaker, Toastmaster Emmanuel, who delivered a keynote speech. And then we even got Toastmaster Roy, who, yes, completed further education. We got birthdays, the ones we have this term, Nubin and Phenomenal and Amrita Dash. That's pretty much it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Thank you very much. All right. Can I request Vice President membership to present his report, please? '66.
Now stand at 26 minutes. We'll discuss about very similar to what we have as a roster for today. But we are looking at having new members coming in. Very soon in the next meeting, we will have our induction of two new members. Right. Adding more members, I request all of you to bring in your friends who will benefit from this. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. And Toastmaster Priyanka, if I may request your report, please. Good evening.
Finally, we are here. We are at the end of the first quarter, and we have the results for the Master program, which we had launched at the beginning of the year. And we have had great participation from all the members. They respond. So quickly jump to the report. It was a very close race to the spot, just by 1 point.
Yeah, so that's to do with the resolution. However, I think you can see it now. All right, so we have Toastmaster Jeffrey, Toastmaster Yash, Rekha, okay, this. It won't let me read. Dr. Babu and Emmanuel tied at 20 points. So they were all very close. So they were all in the top 3. Top 2 was Toastmaster. The second was Toastmaster Abdul Rahim, Toastmaster of the quarter. And the winner is none other than Toastmaster Masood Shah, who just left us. So maybe you can just show it and to the camera and stuff to see that what he missed. So Toastmaster Masood will be given this beautiful plaque of Toastmaster of the quarter. The G says gold coin. So excellent. So thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka. And would you want to quickly talk about what is in it for the next term?
We have added a few points for the contest. I'll just read it off on my phone. I can't see it from here. And so with this education, the speakers, evaluators, level achievers, path achievers remain the same. The points remain same. For the timer, R counter, grammarian, TMOD, TTM, GE, attendance, the points again remain the same. For contest participation per contest, it will be 3 points. Membership, to help us improve our membership, bring in more guests, and improve our membership strength, we will be allocating 2 points to each member who brings in guests, but these will be like for unique guests. So if you bring in the same guest as Kalyani, for example, came in as a guest in the second meeting, so I will not get any points for that. And the guests turning into members, the member is awarded 4 points. Eloquence articles, 2 points each, and early bird submission, 1 point extra. Subcommittee participation, monthly, it will be 0.5. So these are the few changes which we have made in the point-based system. And again, I request everyone to please attend. We need your valuable presence and participation. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Master Priyanka. Indeed, it is all about participation and progress is achieved. With that, is there any questions that anybody have to ask very quickly in interest of time? I think I don't see anybody wanting for questions. So I hand over to the Toastmaster of the day. And we are always available on WhatsApp if you need any questions. Thank you.
So, are you still in the festive mood? Yes, continue that. I'm not going to bore you any further. I know that you all want to be happy, and the happiness is something ending in time. And that's which never ends in time is our WMC meeting. So let me call on the general evaluator of the day, who is none other than Toastmaster Jeffrey Abraham. Toastmaster Jeffrey Abraham.
I'll do my best. Some hair. Okay. Can see me? Where should I be? Yeah? 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 Buzz, Juby. All right. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests. Today we've had a very festive mood. Everyone's have a buoyant step. Everybody came, especially after the excellent croissant and the pain au chocolat and some coffee. We're still energetic, so I'm glad to see everybody here, especially after some fantastic speeches and a tremendous workshop as well, right? I'm sure we're all in a festive mood. All right, so I'll be the general evaluator for the evening, and for the sake of our guests, the general evaluator's role is to give some criticism, some feedback, positive feedback, constructive feedback about the meeting in general. So that is what my role is. And there are a few people who are going to help me today, and they are the timer, the R counter, and grammarian. They were introduced at the beginning by a Toastmaster of the day, and I will call upon them now before I give my part of the evaluation. So first I call upon the timer. He is none other than Jacob. I'm meeting him for the first time. Toastmaster Biju, nice to meet you. I'm sorry, this is Biju, right? That's what the Toastmaster of the day. This is Biju, not Biju. What you call him Biju? Don't waste time. Okay, sorry. Yes, if you can give me a report, please. Yeah.
Like there was no qualification, everybody was like for the time, and the workshop, it was on time, 22 minutes for the workshop, and then it was the tabletop. And Owen was 1 minute 32 seconds. Ash was 1 minute and 11 seconds. Abdul Rafiq, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Pakka was 1 minute 50 seconds. Mahmoud was 2 minutes 18 seconds. And Manuel was 2 minutes 11. So everybody was qualified. And for you, your prepared speaking was
7 minutes and 15 minutes. So,
And what about, oh, sorry, we haven't come to the evaluation, please. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Biju. And what about Toastmaster Emmanuel, who is going to be standing in on behalf of Toastmaster Masood, who is the R counter, if he can please give a report.
As I was also outside, but the only thing he picked on was me, said that's what it is. So I probably use that phrase, that's what it is, more than once.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Emmanuel, for giving us a word-by-word read of Toastmaster Masood's report. Now I call upon the grammarian, please, Toastmaster Owen, for your report.
Word of the day was used for almost all the speakers. Overview. And about the good use speech I heard here, we started off with the President is using the moments of enjoyment he learned and connected the moment with the movement. Very well done. And something I heard many times, and especially if you use the first time word rather and upside down. It was very nice. And time clapping, equally handsome. Head is held high, mind is without fear. Is very well done. Connecting things around us, standing ovation, lock and load, and then the presenter gave the definition of load, and then this said load is a very opinion, anecdote, and derive. Good works, whatever the better impact dignity, where there's perspective, mundane, chronology, form, wisdom. Let me amplify the very well. Previous president smoothly never made a skillful line. And about this, I heard somebody saying line aside the blade, there should be line inside our blade. And then BP education, which will be, which should be BP education, who will be. And I heard there was something, table topic section, not section, section. Getting such a work, getting such kind of work that should be. So I don't even work qualified, so he's okay. So that's it from my side.
Thank you. I will now call on the evaluator of Toastmaster Emmanuel's speech. His evaluator is wearing many hats today. He's been, I think, the IT coordinator, the president, yes, and all-rounder. So, Toastmaster Sukumar, please. Sorry. Exactly. Okay, please. Okay, please. Okay. Thank you. All right, Toastmaster Sukumar will be giving the evaluation for Toastmaster Emmanuel. And wishing all the best. Thank you. Yes.
Buoyant minds. L1 project 2. And the purpose is to define a well-structured speech which has a purpose. That is the speech objective. But if I am going to just restrict myself describing to that, then I might as well put all of this and go home. Very briefly, opening, body, close. Well-structured. You had a great concept in terms of saying this long quote, but a very apt one, which connected, of Gautam Buddha. And then you had a very smart way of putting SMART and telling us what is it required for buoyant minds. Did we achieve the purpose of the speech, was your purpose achieved? Yes, it was an L1P2, but did it resolve the purpose of who Emmanuel is, or who a person who has spoken in many places and is a trainer by profession and is a motivational speaker by profession? Now, when we look at that, and that was his particular interest, and I'm sure we would agree that there were a lot of things that were brought together in a 7-minute speech, and the depth was not being able to achieve. Now, a hallmark of any great speaker, we know that, is to know what is the time, and within that time, if they can distill one or two concepts to the level where it connects to the audience, it will have a much larger impact, rather than having a bouquet of flowers where of different stages and the scent is lost. And for him and for a lot of those experienced speakers who have to improve on, this stage is not this stage. We can use the stage much to its width and breadth so that we can have the message and the connect that a relationship established and move on towards better towards the audience. Fantastic voice modulation, but a clasping of hand is very corporate. So in a Toastmasters movement and in a Toastmasters contest, you need to have expressive hands, more strong postures, and this is something that applies to all of us. And if we are able to bring all of this together and have one story, but a powerful story that goes to a slighter depth, and if we are able to connect that story to a message, then we go on to achieve glory over here. It's a different story in the organizations. You don't get 5 minutes to speak, you get 40 minutes to speak and connect. So that is the difference that we all have to realize. Having said that, back to you, Mr. General Evaluator. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay. Do you want to help me? Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sukma. It was a very crisp evaluation of Toastmaster Emmanuel's speech. I think that's all the reports that is there. So now I'm going to just give a bit. Sorry. Yes, correct. So I just need one final report. That is from our timer. If you would be so kind.
I think it's just missed the.
Thank you. All right. Excellent. I think this concept of the hybrid meeting is relatively new for all of us. But I remember the last meeting that we were trying to have this workshop, and it was a bit helter-skelter, but nonetheless, it was achieved. Around by 4:15, we managed to start. But today, in line with the theme of the meeting, they made sure that we were all buoyant on our feet. We didn't sink, right? So all the XCOM led that, by all of them collectively being the captain of the ship. And all of them right now we're on the ship, that's why we're buoyant. Otherwise, we'd all be sinking. So I appreciate the president and all of you for doing this fantastic IT management system, which is why you have wires all over the place. But very well done. And we've started the meeting around 4:02. I admit I was a few minutes late. I reached here at 4:05, but I think by 4:02, give or take a few minutes, you had started on time. Great job. So you were a prepared XCOM. All of you are colorful. Even in your own way, you managed to imbibe in yourself. I'm using the word imbibe. I'm borrowing it from Toastmaster Emmanuel. Imbibe in yourself the mood of the theme of the meeting. Well done. And our president over here created
a lot of enjoyable moments. And the story of the strings, at times I was wondering why you're talking about the afterlife, while we're supposed to be festive in the current life that we are, but nonetheless, you did make a very good point that it is the memories that we create here and that we leave behind that has any value. So thank you for that story. The only thing I had is with regard to the theme of the meeting, which is life is a festival, enjoy every bit. Every time when I see that over here, I always want to say that is that the theme should actually stand out a bit, right? So it seems to be lost in it. In this, perhaps feel free to put some colors, or feel free, if not colors, put some flowers, do something, be a little bit creative and highlight it. Perhaps you can put some emoji, which is in line with the theme, so that it just pops out. So we'll all be in that mood. So that's just a suggestion. And I love the Toastmaster of the day. In his usual festive mode, he came here and he managed the time very well. Then he started some gyan, but thankfully the gyan didn't go too long. So the gyan he stopped it at the right time. But we always appreciate the words of wisdom. So I have sort of belittled it a bit, but always we have words of wisdom, things that we can take home about just being ourselves, being in the moment. So these are things that we've all sort of encompassed and continue to hear from Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj. Thank you for a distinguished Toastmaster, Manoj. Thank you for that great job and for managing the time thus far. The timer, you seem to be a seasoned timer, right? And always, sorry? Permanent timer. Well, it's time that we got him out of his comfort zone, right? Toastmaster president, so we got to give him a Toastmaster of the day role next time. So hopefully we'll no longer be seeing t-shirts and we're going to be seeing suits and ties. I'm wearing this the same thing every meeting. Excuse me, I digress. So, I loved it. And you cut down all the pleasantries, so you kept the time very well. The R counter, indeed a beautiful human being. He's left, but he's a great guy. And he, unfortunately, I couldn't hear much from him. But we all know Toastmaster Masood. And finally, the grammarian. The word of the day, excellent. You did a good job. You put it all over. The only thing, perhaps you could save paper and no need to put the slides over here, right? What you've done is put the slides, and quite frankly, even when I was sitting there, I couldn't see. All right, okay, but nonetheless. Okay, no worries. Excellent. See, and nonetheless, XCOM, congrats to you for doing that. All right. So that's why the XCOM is there, for always making sure that they're able to cover up the frailties of their members. So very good job there. Okay. Anyways, good job, grammarian. I love the word buoyant. It's kind of hard to use these words that we don't usually use every day. So when we have words like this, and especially in jam-packed meeting, perhaps one of the meetings we should have, let's say, a solid 20 minutes on the word of the day, so that we can use it so freely and collectively, and really, so that in our daily life we can use it. I'm sure once I get out, I don't even know where I'll use buoyant. I'm so buoyant, I tell my wife, perhaps, I don't know, but I will see. It's just like last week, I mean, every week. But nonetheless, let's do our best not to use it only in this meeting, but in our daily lives as well. Now, coming to the workshop, I do not know if distinguished Toastmaster Avinash is still there. I have to say, I believe even I had conducted a table topic session, and our distinguished Toastmaster, Dr. Babu, has gone. But I remember that was the first Toastmaster workshop that I had attended, the table topics. Out of all of them, it's great, but today's was exceptionally great, and that is something coming from a champion and experienced table topics master. And I just realized the importance why a great table topics master is also a great humorous speaker. So, and that is where you saw that blend of both of those two worlds coming together, and that is how you can captivate an audience in 2 to 3 minutes, and that's through humor. And he stayed in his form throughout the whole workshop. Workshops are kind of boring, right? Sit there, okay, I know what tabletop, but this was entertaining, it was engaging, interactive. So this is what it was all about. And he used a very simple, short acronym, full of meaning: listen, opinion, anecdote, and derive. I'm going to take a snapshot of this. I'm going to use it hopefully for the competition. I hope all of you will also imbibe this. And I loved all the speakers who did their best to come up here. And it was just a collective of different styles. And I love it to be on the other side of it rather than over here. So great job to all the people who took the time to do that. And work is love made visible. What a tough, tough table topic. And my mind was just going round and I never loved my work. My mind is going round. I didn't know. But nonetheless, even the topic at times is an opinion of someone, right? Why am I timed? What is this? Okay, I'm going to start saying, what is this? Timer, you're doing your job too well. You're doing your job too well. I'm just joking. Okay, so I'll just come back here. So Emmanuel, you're yawning, but I'm going to wake you up now. All right. So thank you. As the distinguished Toastmaster of the day, Avinash has said, you're very eloquent. You have style, you have poise, you have prose. But however, I'm going to evaluate as a Toastmaster. And as a Toastmaster, your voice modulation is great. You are a great CC10 speaker. However, I'm going to borrow a few things as a Toastmaster because you said, evaluate me if I was going to do an international speech, right? Now, one of the main fundamental things about captivating an audience is what? Saying a personal story. Story, if not of yours, but a personal story of someone else. And that is where individuals can connect. Otherwise, oftentimes it becomes like you're giving a corporate thing. I mean, if you're somewhere in a corporate setting and you do this, yes, but even then, people are sitting there because they have to listen. But in a Toastmaster, you want to win speeches, give a personal story. Don't make it preachy and don't give too much information, as was rightfully said. I love the acronym. Great job you're doing. But if you're going to use the prop, maximize it, because I felt a lot of time. You stopped at 7 minutes and 30 seconds, but a lot of time went in saying, okay, the next slide, the next slip. Now, you see, use the prop so that there's a fluidity throughout the whole session so you don't lose time and your message comes, each one of them. Your personal life is what people, why do social media stars so great? Because people are interested to hear what they're saying, right? They're living vicariously through them. But in a Toastmaster speech, people connect, they want connection. And that's what makes great speeches. So I think you did a great job. I loved your speech. I love the acronym where you changed the whole thing to SMART. We have to be smart, and it's all in the mind. So excellent job. The business session. Okay, before I go to the business session, President of the day, excellent evaluation, by the way. It's been a very long time since I heard a great evaluation from you, but great evaluation. So I loved it. You were on point. The only thing is that I think that you get scared by the time, because when you start looking at the time, I think a few milliseconds of your brain just stops there, and then you start drawling a bit, but great job. And the business session, love the unveiling of eloquence, excellent, crisp, and where is the gentleman? He's gone. The very entertaining and young man, youngest member of our club. He kept snapping. At least it was a smile. So even though it's now past 6:30, I was still smiling. Yeah.
It's 16 hours.
Okay.
Last 2 or 3 days.
Oh wow. Okay. So let's all give him a round of applause. Excellent. And also a round of applause to all the contributors. I have to shamefully say I didn't contribute, but to all those who contribute to eloquence number 66, please congratulate yourself to an excellent unveiling. And the VP Education, I love the whole point system. It keeps a competitive spirit. It encourages everybody. The only thing I have, just one small point, is not about discouraging, but don't make it too corporate-y. It's like, oh, we're in a corporate. Okay, this is your KPI. Chalo, KPIs, key performance indicators. Okay, you know promotion. Make it fun, right? We learn by doing what we enjoy. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, the business session was great. I think that's all. It was a fantastic meeting. You took a lot of our suggestions to heart and you cut down a lot of the time. Again, Toastmaster of the day, thank you. Hopefully next time the Toastmaster of the day will have more gyan to give, right, in the time. But I think we're coming out of the contest season. So inshallah, God willing, we'll have another Toastmaster of the day and we'll hear more wonderful quotes and some yoga poses and everything. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Can we have a round of applause for the general evaluation? The strong man who only caused a little leakage in the time. With that, let me tell you, festivals are occasion to empower ourselves in the course of humanity. They are the occasion to rekindle the promise of humanity in our heart. The promise that we keep forgetting in the cacophony of man-made labels. So my only request is sometime look back, dissolve all that you created, and just be one with the creation. With that, let me call on the vibrant President, Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan, to adjourn the meeting. And
there's still a couple of things before adjournment. I would love to adjourn. If we have the ballots, thank you, sir. If we have the ballots, yeah. It's been sent out. Okay, so okay, what about everyone have done their ballots? So can I request Toastmaster Nubin, Mr. Murli? No, but who's making the certificates? Somebody has to make the certificates. So yeah, so while they make the certificates, I think we had a guest who is a potential member, and she's been there with us from the beginning, but I did not get the privilege of introducing her. She's also going to be a member soon. So, Madam Kalyani, so if we can have a few words about how this meeting went. You've seen very long meetings of WMC Toastmasters. So if you can share a few words.
Good evening to all. I guess this is my third meeting with WMC Toastmasters, and I'm here because of my dear friend Priyanka. And I'm still I'm still learning, or I'm just still observing I'm sure I'm going to learn so many things here. And today I will take the membership. And my husband, Dr. Atul, since he'll be in India for 3 weeks for Diwali, once he's back, he's planning to take the membership in November.
So VP Education, Madam, thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So a true for a Toastmasters Club is if guests come and become members. So I think we've achieved our purpose. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. VP Education, by the way, is not part of the point system, unfortunately. So she can pick herself, but she's not going to achieve anything. Mr. John, can we have some feedback from you? What did you like about this meeting? What did you think is completely new? We were interacting some time back.
Good evening, all. I don't know much more about this Toastmaster. Nice to be here today. I look forwarding to be, going forward. So thanks to Avin to bring me here. Let's see. Hopefully I will enjoy.
Thank you. And I told the rest of ours here is a member in 6 clubs. Is that true or is that wrong? 6 clubs. Thank God. And I was like trying to get her into the 7th club. And I was like, will she even become a member? Thank God you're not a member of 6 clubs. But then she is having enough in the kitty. That's what she said. How many clubs are you a member of, ma'am? All right. So right now you're not in Toastmasters. Okay. So we can expect you to get into Toastmasters. Great. So can we have a few words from
as I had told Mr. President, I love the vibe of this Toastmaster Club. It's very buoyant, very humorous, and excellent language every single time. I have learned quite a few phrases this time. And for a person who has fled a stage crying in table topics, this was a very constructive workshop for me. So I loved everything about this meeting. And as I told you, if my commitments permit, I would love to come more frequently. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that. And DTM Avinash, if I may ask a few words, I don't know, you've been a great workshop conductor for us. Then you've also seen our meeting, although choppy at times when the mics were not passed. I don't know how we did on the hybrid. What are your thoughts on our meeting? If I may ask you, request you quickly.
I love the setup. I love the meeting. On my end, I couldn't help it, but most of it I was able to, at least 95 to 96%. There was only one disconnection, I believe, for a little while. Apart from that, that was from my end. You managed it quite beautifully, and I love this. The only thing which I feel was, for us online members, sometimes when there should be some setup where if the audience speaks, we can listen. So that's one point. But you made possible by taking the mic to each and every one for most of the time. But that was the only thing which I felt that as an online person, that was a little bit difficult to hear, but it was nevertheless a great meeting. Thank you so much. In India, I have not seen many clubs, adopting the agenda and adopting the minutes of the meeting during the meeting and all those things, right? So very nice way to go about it, very structured. So thank you for that. I will suggest the clubs which I am part of, and I go for mentoring to have that particular aspect also, because it gives a very professional look to the meeting and it really helps. We do it in the conferences, area conferences, division and district conferences, but in every club meeting it's not done. So that's a learning from me. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. You made our day. Thank you so much. We have some very strong members from the past who have taught us the way, and we have learned from them. Thank you so much, DTM Avinash. Your workshop was excellent. May I request VP Education, Toastmaster of the Day, and the General Evaluator to step up on stage, please. It's awards time. And okay, so we had a great session on table topics, and we had 3 secret judges. Those identities are never going to be revealed. So you will keep guessing who the judges are forever. However, he can scribble. He's taking notes of what there were 3 judges. And okay, the third person, or the third place, goes to Toastmaster Masood Shah, who is not here. So maybe VP Education, you can proudly display the certificate very quickly, and the TMOD can receive on his behalf. And now that comes to the second place. The second place in the table topics mock contest goes to none other than, any guesses? Toastmaster Emmanuel Williams. So we do have Toastmaster Emmanuel Williams. And I want the VP Education, TMOD, and the GE to do the honors. Congratulations. All right. And the winner. No, it's Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. Toastmaster Abdul Rahim is in absentia, and all right, he set a trend of levers in between. And the best of tag award. The best of tag award goes to Toastmaster Owen Krasta. So we have a part, yeah, we did some stickers. So because XCOM stuck, so we're going to share the award with. All right. And the best speaker, of course, we had the one and only speaker, but then I'm sure he has a habit of winning one award every time. And today it's the second award. Toastmaster Emmanuel Williams. Here you go, ma'am. All right, so this is one award. Where's that? All right, so the best of PMOD GE. So we have both here. May I request the general evaluator to please step forward and present the award to the Toastmaster of the day. Huh? No, so GE presented the award to the Toastmaster of the day. No, I was just trying to have some fun. Come on, where's the humor? Everyone lost it. No, equally, yeah. So both of them share. I mean, to keep us on time in such a challenging meeting, I know. I tried to pull a fast one. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. He disqualified me. So he's the villain of my life. He disqualified me by 5 seconds. 5 seconds. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was such a pleasure having all of you here. Officially, meeting number 448 is called to close. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great evening. You still can socialize, have some fun. DTM Avinash, thank you so much once again for taking all this time. I wish we can all come over there and help you shift houses and do some more unpacking. So, thank you very much, sir. And the membership fee is 15 BD per meeting. Is that okay? Okay. Toastmaster Avinash, are you here with us? Yeah, so I'm going to change the speaker. We've done DTM Avinash. Thank you so much. So we'll kind of 1 second. Let me just go to, yeah, so MacBook. Yeah. All right, sir. Thank you so much for staying so late with us. And, it was really wonderful. Everybody loved the workshop. That's what everybody said. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Take care, sir, and have a good night. Thank you.